All right, ladies and gentlemen, things are not looking good for Ubisoft continuously, and now it seems as if things are getting worse. The investors are starting to catch on to the nonsense that's happening within the company, and they have decided to now take it in their own hands. Apparently, the investors are demanding Ubisoft to renegotiate the Tencent subsidiary deal and are now starting to begin to initiate legal proceedings against Ubisoft, or at least at the bare minimum, threaten legal proceedings. You know, it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, to see this company struggle so damn much. And though people are constantly trying to tell them, hey, perhaps you should go back to what made you so loved in the past. You know, you guys have not been doing too well for the last few years now. And I understand that the shills out there are trying to convince everybody that you're perfectly fine and nothing is happening and Ubisoft is being successful and blah, blah, whatever. But I think it's pretty obvious at this point through your own admission that things are not looking very good. Through your own admission, you've said that you've been struggling for years, and it doesn't matter who you pay, and it doesn't matter who tries to shill for you. The truth is going to come out one way or another. So let's get into this article, guys, from Insider Gaming. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says that a minority shareholder and a growing coalition of shareholders have issued an open letter to Ubisoft to initiate legal proceedings around the recently announced Ubisoft and Tencent subsidiary deal. Now, here's the thing, man. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but let's be real. You know, the shareholders got absolutely screwed when it comes to the deal with Tencent, because the deal with Tencent only benefits the Guillemot family. That's literally it, right? Like, it only benefits them and allows them to maintain control while also buying them out of their mistakes. That's essentially it, right? There is no company out there that is doing well that has to sell themselves to the CCP. That's not a thing, right? Like, if you're doing well as a company, the last thing you need to do is give 25% economic stake in your company to the CCP, right? It's just not a thing. So all the people out here trying to say that Ubisoft is doing perfectly fine and everybody's okay, and it's just the grifters that are mad and angry and blah, blah, blah. Just let it be known that they're so full of shit. In an open letter to Ubisoft, which was sent to Insider Gaming, the letter demands that Ubisoft hold an extraordinary general meeting, which is EGM, to give shareholders the right to vote on the recent subsidiary deal. For those not in the know, an EGM is a special kind of meeting that's held outside of the annual general meeting to discuss significant issues that cannot wait any longer. The letter, which was sent by the minority shareholder AJ Investments, demands that shareholders can vote on two separate resolutions when it comes to the Tencent deal. Now, if I'm not mistaken, AJ Investments is one of the most outspoken investors in Ubisoft. They are also, if I'm not mistaken, the ones that were going to hold a protest outside of Ubisoft's France offices, because I remember them specifically complaining about a multitude of different things with the actual shares, and they were not happy with where Ubisoft was going as a company. And now that this announcement has happened, now they're even more unhappy with where Ubisoft is going as a company. It's very clear that the Guillemot family is trying to get out while they can and utilize this subsidiary deal as a means to get themselves bought out while also maintaining control of the company and not losing it. Resolution 1 is to renegotiate the Tencent deal and have it restructured into a direct asset sale for no less than 4 billion euro, which is roughly the valuation already accepted by both Tencent and Ubisoft's board. AJ Investment says that at the moment shareholders have no clarity of how the deal was announced last week will eventually benefit shareholders of Ubisoft. Resolution 2 for the EGM would be to vote on a distribution of an extraordinary dividend. It is said that following the sale, if shareholders vote for it, Ubisoft shall return 23 euro per share in cash to shareholders, totaling 3 billion euro, while preserving. Now, the the funny thing about all this is that the shares for Ubisoft are about to hit single-digit euro. I'm not kidding. The shares are dropping so damn fast that they are about to hit under 10 euro. Just look at this page right here. The shares as of right now is at 10 euro and 35 cents a share. That is absolutely disgusting. Look at the downfall of their stock. This is their European stock, by the way. This is not the US stock. I don't bother looking at that. I look at the Euro stock. Look at the nosedive since the announcement of the Tencent deal. It is insane. I feel bad for the people that thought it was a good idea to invest in the company at this point, because now you've gone down about 2 to 3 euro per share right after your investment. People are leaving this company in droves because they realize that the gig is up. They realize that they've been getting lied to. They realize that at this point, it's safe to say that it is a worthless stock for the most part, and they are trying to get out while they can. This stock is taking a nosedive with no signs of recovery anytime soon. But then it says that AG Investment says the reason for such extreme measures is because shareholders are not sure whether they will get a significant benefit from this transaction. Ubisoft's share price fell by more than 20% on unusually high volume. This signals a clear verdict from investors. The proposed deal is deeply flawed, structured to bypass mandatory public offer rules, and designed to entrench control by the Guillemot family, who now hold less than 10% of the company's economic interests. Honestly, guys, at this point, the Guillemot family is probably the biggest thing that is wrong with Ubisoft. The fact that they do not want to let go control of this company and let someone else fix it and run it just goes to show that they're willing to take it down with them, right? They're willing to go down with the ship, essentially, and they are going to do everything they can to ensure control and a payout, really, from Tencent at this point for as long as possible. They're going to try to keep that control of the company for as long as possible. And, if they got to do the deal with the CCP, then they will, as long as they maintain that control. But the investors can see it. The investors can see it from a mile away. And I think it's safe to say that they are probably going to take legal action against Ubisoft. It's only a matter of time. Ubisoft is purposely tanking their main company in order to bolster up their new subsidiary that has little to no debt. It's ridiculous. It's an insane play that the Guillemot family has been working at for well over a year now. Let it be known that all the people who are like, well, Leamington was announced to be closing in January and has nothing to do with Shadows and it has nothing to do with Tencent. Do you really think that the Tencent deal was formulated over just the last 2 months or so? Do you really think that's a thing? The Tencent deal has been formulated for probably almost a year now. They've been working back and forth to the point where they had a final bid a couple of months ago over who's going to win, right? Between Tencent, EA, and Microsoft. This deal has been in the works for a long time now. And Tencent was the winning bidder, and they finalized everything. So they knew that this was happening for a while. The investors didn't know that the deal was being finalized at all. They were hearing rumors about a potential sale, potential asset sale, all of this stuff. They've been hearing all this kind of nonsense, but it's very clear that at this point, the company is cooked. They just are. I mean, how can you recover from this? Listen, I've seen some crazy things, and I'm sure that recovering is possible, maybe, but that's only if people sense a real change at Ubisoft. The simple fact is there is no real change. Ubisoft is going to remain what Ubisoft is because the people who made this happen, the people who took this company from here to here, is still there, and they are still running the company. The Guillemot family is still in control. The people who made the games what they are still there making the games, and nothing is going to change. The only thing that changes is the name of the company of which they're going to produce the games under and publish the games under. But ultimately, nothing changes. So people are catching wind of that, and they are pulling out because they realize that if they haven't changed leadership, if they haven't changed developers, if they haven't changed anything, then this is just going to happen again to the brand new company. It's only a matter of time. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.